Okay, so I'm looking at the law of theft is a really interesting one because there's a spiritual law that states in the theft of Jacob steals the blessings in the Torah, chapter 27, which describes the law as Jacob basically getting all the blessings that Esau is supposed to have. Esau is the older brother, but that Esau has to serve his younger brother, Jacob. His father Isaac um, also not only deranks the older brother, but he also deranks the his own brothers, and he says that my brothers have to serve you, which is particularly interesting as the the Jacob steals the blessing. So we're talking about spiritual theft, but we're going to place it in a different context. And so as Jacob is anointed in a sense, given all these privileges of blessings, basically of being able to be a ruler, having his younger brother serve under him, uh, his younger brother says, I want to kill my older brother because he's trying to make me smaller. He's stealing these blessings in which my dad could be giving me. So why, Jake, Esau's asking, why are you not giving me authority on the land? And Jacob says, not Jacob, Isaac, Isaac being the father of both Jacob and Esau, says that you are going to have you're going to break away from the yoke of your brother after you have served them by the sword, basically being a defender, um, and also everybody, whether it's his family and his brother, all serving Jacob position and authority. He basically made him anointed, basically made him a king. So that's the theft. Jacob steals the blessings, steals it from Isaac. But it seems to me that Isaac was unable to see in this paradox, uh, but that the that when he asked his son to kiss him, basically give him himself a blessing from his son, he told his son Esau that he would get all the the honeydew from the heavens and the fat from the earth, meaning that basically stating that he was blessed, that Esau was blessed, even though he was going to be giving the authority and position on the earth, a kind of like a structural position. And Esau was so furiated that he mentioned out loud, how we all speak out loud, the language. And the language transmitted. And what happens is that in the spiritual world, what you say can be heard by others. So Rebecca is Jacob's wife. Isaac's wife. She goes and tells Jacob that to go with her brother in the meantime until Esau calms down. But the law of theft, which is the law of Christ, states that basically if you steal, let them take it. And the law of Islam says you deserve a hard punishment based on the level and quantity of the measurement of what you're stealing. In the spiritual context between those three laws, meaning that if someone steals from you, you don't necessarily have to give it back to them. If somebody steals from you, then or attempts to steal from you, then just give them your stuff. Thou shalt not steal is a commandment, yet the commandment is seen in many different forms. In the spiritual sense, the Torah states that if you steal, then if you're stolen from, God is going to give you a repayment, an exchange for that theft. In the law of Christ, thou shalt not steal. If someone steals from you, give them, if they want to steal from you, just give them whatever you have. In the hard punishment, it's really measured by the type of crime. If you're stealing something big, and also if your family steals from you, your father steals from you, it can't. Some scholars says it's not a hard punishment, but what the Torah is indicating is that even though Islam doesn't treat the father stealing as a hard punishment, had means non-corporal. It means that in the Torah it says that if your father steals from you, it is a blessing back. It's going to be a blessing to you. That you don't have to give something in the law of Christ. Just give. If they try to steal, give. Or that you cut someone's hands off. You're not going to cut your family members' hands off. I mean, honor killings, they probably, you go steal and then sell it to a tribe that's a treacherous clan or tribe. They're going to maybe cut your hands off and cut your neck on a guillotine. But at the end of the day, it's an understanding concept of how God's role is within the law. How theft is not measured by quantity either. It's not measured, but Islam measures it in quantity. But now I have to go back to the Quran to see if that is a hard punishment based on quantity. Take care and God bless.